Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about Obsidian. Obsidian is one of the best note-taking apps that's available across platforms. You can use it on your Mac, Windows, Linux, Android, and iOS devices, making it probably the best cross-platform note-taking app out there. With Obsidian, you get features like note linking, backlinks, graph view, canvas view, and more. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Thanks to its vast plugin ecosystem, you can enable almost any feature you can think of. However, we understand that getting started with the plugin system can be confusing. So we are here to help. In this guide, we will show you how to install the plugins in Obsidian and then list the best Obsidian plugins to install to streamline your notes. There are two types of plugins in Obsidian system: core plugins and community plugins. Core plugins are developed by the Obsidian developers and allow you to enable or disable core features of Obsidian. For example, say you don't use the Obsidian canvas feature. You can disable it to declutter your Obsidian toolbar. Community plugins, on the other hand, are developed by the awesome Obsidian community, allowing you to enable features like Kanban view, journal calendar, natural language processing, and more. First, let's see how you can enable or disable core plugins in Obsidian. Launch the Obsidian app and click on the settings icon in the bottom left corner. Now, click to select the core plugins option and use the toggles to disable or enable the core plugins. Now, let's see how you can install community plugins in Obsidian. Like before, open Obsidian settings using the cogwheel icon in the bottom left corner. Now choose the community plugins option and click on the turn on community plugins button. To install plugins, click on the browse button next to community plugins option to browse the list of plugins. You can use the search bar to search for plugins and click on the plugin you want to install. Click on the install button to install the plugin in Obsidian Vault. Finally, click the enable button to enable the plugin. Most plugins will also offer you a setting option that you can use to customize the plugin settings. You can access these settings by opening the Obsidian settings and scrolling the left sidebar to the community plugins section. You will see a list of all community plugins you have installed in your Obsidian Vault. To customize the plugin, click on its name and the settings panel will appear in the right window. Now that you know how to install Obsidian plugins and customize them, let us check out the list of the top essential Obsidian plugins you should install to supercharge your notes. The first plugin is the Obsidian Calendar plugin. This is a must-have plugin for all Obsidian users. The Obsidian Calendar plugin adds a calendar icon to the right sidebar of your Obsidian window. You can click on the icon to reveal the monthly calendar. The best use of calendar plugin is to move between your daily notes. You can click on the date to open the note corresponding to that day. If there's no daily note for that day, the plugin will ask you to create one. You can also use the plugin to create weekly notes, which are perfect for planning your week. To do this, open the calendar plugin settings page and enable the toggle for show week number. It will add a new weekly note settings section. Here, you can add a template and folder location where you want to create the weekly notes. Now go back to the main page and click on the week number to create a weekly note for that week. As you can see, when we click on a week number, it allows us to create the note for that week. If you want to develop your Obsidian Vault into a knowledge graph, you have to ingest what you consume, be it videos, articles, or books. Obsidian should be the place where all your knowledge converges. For this, there are three main plugins you can use. Since they all do the same job, we are combining them in a single point. The three plugins we recommend are Readwise, Omnivore, and Kindle Highlight. Kindle Highlights is the best plugin to import your highlights from notes from the books you read. If you use an Amazon Kindle reader or Kindle app to buy and read books, this plugin will help you import all the highlights you have made in your Obsidian Vault. If you don't use Kindle, you can use the Readwise service to import your book highlights from other services including Apple Books and Google Play Books. Readwise also offers its own Read It Letter service called Readwise Reader, and it's one of the best Read It Letter service on the market. If you use Readwise Reader, you can also import your web highlights in your Obsidian Vault. That said, for bringing in our article highlights, we prefer the Omnivore plugin for two reasons. The first reason is that the service offers a premium reading experience despite being completely free. Second, its text-to-voice feature that lets us listen to articles on our iPhone and iPad is the best in the business. The idea with these plugins is to import whatever you read in books or on the web, so you can ingest the knowledge you consume in your Obsidian Vault. Let's move on to the third plugin, which is Notes Refactor. Once you ingest the content, it's time to convert them into notes for further processing, and no plugin does it better than Notes Refactor. Note Refactor allows you to select a part of your note and convert it into a new note. Let's say you imported highlight from a book. Now you want to convert highlight into a new note. You select that part, invoke the command palette, and use the plugin to convert it into a note. You can also use the plugin to split notes, create new notes based on subheadings inside the note, and do much more. The fourth plugin is the Tag Wrangler. In Obsidian, you can organize your notes using the folders and tags. The benefit of using tags over folders is that it allows the same note to be in two places. For example, let's say a note is about productivity and how sleep can enhance it. You can tag that note with both productivity and sleep tags, so you can surface the note whenever you search for either of those topics. Tags become even more powerful with the Tag Wrangler plugin. The plugin allows you to rename tags and apply the changes everywhere that tag is used, something you cannot natively do in Obsidian. It also lets you refine your search by excluding tags, so you can perform searches for that notes that include a tag but not the other. If you use tags for organizing your notes, this is a must-have plugin for you. Now, let's move on to searching capabilities. No matter how good you are at organization, you will lose track of some notes, and Omnisearch plugin can help you find them. You can use this plugin to find notes, search inside notes, and even find text inside images and PDFs in your vault. You can assign a keyboard shortcut to quickly launch a search window and find any note in seconds. Moving on, we have Advanced Table plugin. Obsidian uses Markdown for formatting and we love it. However, one place where Markdown fails horribly is in creating tables. Advanced Table plugin solves this issue by making table formatting more accessible in Markdown. To create Markdown table, all you need to do is type the first pipe character, enter the heading, and hit the tab key to create the next column. You can create as many columns as you want and then hit enter to create the next row. It's as simple as it can get. My favorite feature of this plugin is that it auto justifies the row width, so your content is always properly formatted. Advanced Table is a must-have plugin for Obsidian and you should install it right away. One of my favorite plugin is the Kanban plugin. You can use it to create Kanban boards and efficiently track your tasks as they go through different stages. For example, we can create an editorial Kanban board where we track all our article ideas as they move through the production process. Creating a Kanban board is pretty simple. You bring up the command palette using the keyboard shortcut Command P and search for Kanban. Choose Create a new Kanban board option and now you can create columns and enter tasks as card. One of our favorite features of the Kanban plugin is that it allows the card to be automatically marked as done when you move it to the last column. There's much more to this plugin, so let us know if you want a separate video on this plugin. For our 8th plugin, we have chosen the Spaced Repetition plugin. Spaced repetition is an evidence-based technique that helps you learn things quicker and for a longer time using flashcards. The Obsidian Spaced Repetition plugin allows you to use the same technique to review notes and flashcards. You can create simple flashcards, close-a flashcards, or multi-line flashcards. Creating flashcards using the Obsidian Spaced Repetition plugin is pretty simple. You can create inline flashcard by using double colons to separate the question and answer. Then there's the close-a flashcard, which is kind of like fill in the blank flashcards. You can create close-a flashcards by wrapping the text you want to hide inside double equal signs. You can also create multi-line flashcard where the question is in the first line and the answer is in the second. Note that for all these flashcards to work, you will have to use the tag defined in the plugin setting. By default it's flashcard, but you can set it to anything you want. You can also add multiple tags to create multiple texts of flashcard. Next up is Janitor. If you use Obsidian Vault for everything, chances are that you will accumulate junk files over time. Janitor is the plugin that helps you clean up your vault by allowing you to detect and delete orphan files, empty files, big files, and more. It's a simple cleanup utility that you should use to keep your Obsidian Vault lean and devoid of cruft. Now let's get into some customization. Iconize is one of our favorite Obsidian plugins. The plugin allows you to set different icons for folders and files inside Obsidian. You can also set files inside a folder to inherit the icons. So when you add a node to a folder, it will automatically inherit its icon. If your Obsidian Vault is looking too plain, you can use this plugin to give it a makeover. Next up is Style Settings. Style Settings is an important plugin if you use community themes. If you don't know how to code, customizing a theme's color, font, and other attributes can be a pain. The Style Settings plugin solves this issue by giving users control over the themes using simple UI menus. Most popular Obsidian themes support this plugin, allowing you to easily customize their properties. It's a must-have plugin for any Obsidian user who is into customizing and theming their vault. Next up, we have Setting Search. One of the best features of Obsidian is that it's highly customizable. You can customize everything about this app, making it on your own. However, it also means that the app has tons of settings options, which are not that easy to find. Setting Search adds a global search function for Obsidian settings, allowing you to easily find any setting without hunting for them in the menus. A really helpful plugin indeed. Now we move on to the Reminder plugin. The Obsidian task management system doesn't have a built-in reminder system, which makes it less useful. The reminder plugin solves this problem by allowing you to add reminders to tasks in Obsidian. After you install the plugin, type open bracket followed by @ to open up a calendar and set reminder for any task you want. At number 14, we have the Outliner plugin. If you like the outline view offered by other note-taking apps like Logseek and Omnisearch, then the Outliner plugin is for you. It allows you to create same bulleted outline structure when taking notes. We also love that it supports keyboard navigation and allows you to change indentation easily with keyboard shortcuts. And finally, we have the plugins update tracker. Keeping track of plugin updates can be messy, especially if you have installed dozens of plugins. That's where the plugins updater plugin can help you. The plugin fetches all the pending updates and renders them in a neat list. It also adds an icon in the status bar that notifies you whenever the plugin detects any pending updates. You can also see release notes for all plugins and install the updates with just one click. And there you have it, guys. That ends our list of the top best Obsidian plugins every Obsidian user should install. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and hit that bell icon to get notified whenever we publish a new video. Enjoy these Obsidian plugins and we will see you in the next video.